This is part 3 of my Choosing a Paddle series. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, I would encourage you to do so. In part 1, I went over the mindset in choosing a paddle. In part 2, I reviewed the categories and terms that paddle reviewers and paddle makers use to describe your paddle's construction, stats, and playability. In this video, I'm going to give you specific picks for paddles in several different categories. There's a lot, and I will put these into chapters in case you want to just hit a specific category. This list isn't exhaustive. I'm only going to recommend paddles that I have hit, and I haven't hit every paddle. If there are some paddles you think should be on the list that I didn't mention, list them down in the comments and tell me why. I also don't have time to talk about each paddle in detail, but I've probably had some reviews or thoughts in my videos. But if you want more info, just ask me in the comments. I'll let you know what I know. Most of the paddles can be bought at a discount if you use a code. My default code is SSPBC. That stands for Sulphur Springs Pickleball Club, and I use a lot of the commissions back to my local pickleball community. In the description below, I'll list the ones you can find with other codes or links. All right, let's jump in. For the paddles I talk about, on the screen, I'll list the price after code if there is one, and what shapes they come in. First category is beginners. All right, you're in, and you want to jump past the Walmart or Amazon set. These discount sets have paddles that are often heavy, oddly shaped, and have smooth fiberglass surfaces. They tend to come with 2 bad balls that you don't want to play with anyway. But keep the bag, it's functional. The Spirited Apex series is my go-to recommendation for the beginner and is $63 after code. They play control to our court and are solid in all aspects of the game. My other favorite options in this category include the 11-6-24 Jelly Bean series and the Chorus Echo series. All these come in all 3 shapes and play control leaning all court, solid in all aspects of the game. These are also 3 great companies that will stand behind their products, which is perfect for someone just entering the game. These paddles will serve you well and will generally last you quite a while depending on how much you play. If you just want to have fun, play 2 to 4 times a month, they'll last you years. But if you really get into it, you're going to play more and start looking at the next tier. And before you go thinking now you need to go buy a boomstick, let's take a look at a few more categories. As an aside, you'll notice I'm not listing some prices on Chorus paddles because starting in November, Chorus is having a massive sale on their paddles. Like, first-time customers can grab a paddle for $35, with returning customers getting 40 to 50% off. There will be other discounts as well, so be on the lookout for that. They are rebranding their logo and clearing out inventory, so you'll get some great values there. For the intermediate players, you'll start to see that your playstyle may migrate to either offensive or defensive. Some will define this as aggressive versus controlled. Are you a 3rd shot drive, 5th shot drive, 7th shot drive type of player? No dinks, all speed up? Then you are probably looking for all court leaning power and pop. Now there are a lot of paddles that fit in here, but some of my favorites are the Honolulu Pickleball Company J2K, the Chorus Super Court, the Vatic Pro Saga series, Neonic Flare Prime X, and the Carbon True Foam Genesis. The Flare Prime X probably has the most pop, the Super Court probably has the most power, the J2K is the most well-rounded, and the Genesis is foam, having that dampened foam feel, but really good performance. If you are learning to hit that 3rd shot drop, starting to like those dink rallies, and think there is nothing better than a pretty reset, then I want you to think about control or all court leaning control paddles. Now my favorites in this category are the 11-6-24 All Court series, the Vatic Pro Prism series, the Chorus Shapeshifter series, and the Pickleball Apes Harmony series. The 11-6-24 All Court is probably a true middle-of-the-road all court, but I love its touch for this category. The Harmony probably has more power than all these, but also carries a nice control aspect to its game. The Prism is pure control, and the Shapeshifter will add a little bit of power to that. Now at this intermediate level, you know, dupers somewhere around 3, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, you will start to run into those bangers. You know the type. Every ball is a drive or a speed up. So you need to be able to handle those while you're getting your skills up. To handle the bangers at this level, you'll need something with nice control, low pop, quick hands, and a wide sweet spot. So might I suggest a nice wide body paddle with some forgiveness. My favorite paddle in this space was the Spirited Apollo, but that has been replaced with the Spirited Oracle. That's the wide body paddle in the aforementioned Apex series. The Bread and Butter Fat Boy, the aforementioned Vatic Pro Prism in the Bloom shape, and the Evora Rhapsody all work well against the bangers in this category. Okay, now we've entered some tournaments, gotten that duper up, maybe 3.5 or so, and now of course we are enamored with some power. So next up is my introduction to power category. And I'm looking for paddles that give some good power, but still retain some control and let you develop your game while learning to hit the ball harder. This has some overlap with the all-court leaning power category, but these just dial up the power possibilities just a little bit. Honolulu Pickleball Company has several options here, but I really like the J2 FC Plus and the J2 TI Plus here. The 11624 Alpha Pro Power Series has been a long-time favorite of mine. And I also think the Franklin C45 slide in here very nicely in this category. Okay, now you're a seasoned player. You probably have about 3 or 4 paddles in your bag. You're all in. You have your Pickleball TV subscription. You follow the memes of pickleball on Instagram. You've probably met Zane Navratil walking around in a PPA tournament. You watch paddle reviewers on YouTube. And the whole paddle world is at your fingertips. So now let's really get into it. Top end power. You just want the most powerful stuff on the market. Your focus and goal is to hit the ball as hard as humanly possible in an improved paddle. Your options here are the Selkirk Boomstick, the Flick F1 TerraCore XC, the yet to be released 6-0 Black Opal, and Gearbox GX2 Power. Now based on performance of these, I prefer the GX2 Power, followed by the Flick F1, then the Boomstick, and then the Black Opal. Now if you consider cost in there, certainly the Flick F1 drives up into some serious contention here. Next up, power plus a little control, meaning that these paddles all pack some serious power, but the power is controllable and adds touch for your soft game, your drops, your dinks, your resets. For this category, my favorites are the Bread and Butter Loco, the J2 NF, the previously mentioned GX2 Power, and the previously mentioned 11624 Alpha Pro Power. I'm also going to throw in the Rhombus Quanta into this category because I really like that one as well. All right, budget power. So you want power, but you don't want to break the bank and pay a lot for it. You're going to have some options, and here you're going to get the aforementioned Rhombus Quanta, the Vatic Pro VSOL Pro or Power, and the Luz Cannon. All 3s are great options and will keep you under $100 and get you some power. Next up, let's talk about Generation 3 power paddles. Let's say you've tried some foam paddles, but you don't really like that foam feel. You want that traditional honeycomb polypropylene core. So here you're going to have the 11624 Alpha Pro Power Series, the Luz Cannon, the Chorus Phoenix, the Selkirk Era, and the YOLO Pro 4. All of these are great paddles in this category, and the prices will come all over the range there, from Luz Cannon at the low end and the YOLO Pro 4 at the high end. But I really like all these in terms of power and feel in that traditional honeycomb polypropylene core. Okay, let's say you want a honeycomb polypropylene core paddle, but you want it a little bit more all-court. So let's go Gen 2. Not quite as much power, but still has that wide sweet spot from the thermoforming. Here I think your best options are the Mark Pickleball R2 series, the Bread and Butter Filth, the Neonic Flare Prime X, and the aforementioned Chorus Shapeshifter. These are all paddles that perform great, hit with enough power, but add some control. Here I think my favorite are the Mark Pickleball paddles, the O2 R2, which is elongated, or the 1X R2, which is the hybrid. These add some excellent power, but really good touch. Again, the Neonic Flare Prime X will add you some extra pop, the Chorus Shapeshifter will give you some extra control, and the Filth is a really nice all-arounder in this category. Light paddles. Let's say you have a youth player, or just an older player that really needs a light paddle. The Franklin C45 series, the Rhombus Quantas, and the Chorus Echoes all fit this bill, coming in at 7.8 ounces or less. These are also great paddles if you like to tinker and really add some weight, as they start with a low base weight that you can add to. Okay, let's talk about surfaces. Kevlar or Aramid fiber. If you just love that Kevlar feel of the paddle face, then the Honolulu Pickleball paddles are probably your best bet, as they have Kevlar options in most all of their paddles. 6-0 has the Ruby series, that's the Ruby and then now the newly released Ruby Pro. The Bread and Butter Fat Boy has a Kevlar/carbon weave, and Body Helix has a really underrated paddle, the X4, that has a complete Kevlar surface. Speaking of PET, that's also what we call titanium. If you love that titanium surface, that kind of soft, plush feel, then there are a few options for you. Again, Honolulu Pickleball Company has several options, including the J2 TI or J2 TI Plus and the J2 NFT. The J2 NFT is, I think, the only foam paddle that has a titanium surface. The Bread and Butter Shogun is a nice Generation 2 option, as well as the Neonic Flow Swift. Foam. Full foam is the new meta and probably the future of all pickleball paddles. Nearly every paddle company either has a foam paddle out or has a foam paddle coming. Now you'll hear a lot of repeats, so I'll be a little bit quicker here. Full foam power, we're looking at the Bread and Butter Loco, the Honolulu Pickleball Company NF series, the Rhombus Quanta series, the Flick F1 Terracore, and the Vatic Pro V-Sol series. And foam all court, my favorites are the Honolulu Pickleball Company J2 FC Plus, the Carbon True Foam Genesis, the Flick F1 Falcon. The Falcon is that particular paddle that has those cork pads in the layup. Now grit. Doesn't everybody just love a gritty paddle? Isn't that the first thing you do when you grab a paddle, you feel the grit? Now I will tell you, most gritty surfaces will wear down fairly quickly with gameplay, but a few companies have been working on an extended grit life. And probably most other companies are also thinking about this as well. Selkirk has Infinigrit, and they have that on their Boomstick and their Lux paddles. 6-0 has their Diamond Tough surface on their new Ruby Pro and yet to be released Black Opal paddles. And Spartus has an unreleased beta they call the GT that has Permagrit, and I'm sure more of those will be coming. Did I miss your favorite paddle? Did I get something wrong? Let me know down in the comments. So I hope you like this. Be sure to subscribe, it does help me out. Share this with your friends who are thinking about getting a new paddle. Be sure to save money with a code. Mine is usually SSPBC, but I'll list codes and links down below. And if I don't have one, I'm sure I have friends that do. Just let me know. Y'all take care. Peace.